Hey guys, this is my run on the Impenetrable Guardian raid event featuring Strago and Locke. As you may have seen in my recent videos, in the initial run here, I'm going for a ticket mission run with a bronze Strago. This means that you don't really need any weapon passives for Strago to get this run done. With Strago, I have Astos as well as Rosa as the Force Gauge Charger. So a little bit about this party and how it works, and I start off with Strago. Like I said, you don't need anything for Strago. His really only function in this setup is to use the call ability, so you do need him crystal level to the point where he can use calls, and he is equipped with the Kurasame call for the HP damage up effect to boost Astos' damage. In addition, I am also using Rosa's Force as the main force, and one of the conditionals for Rosa's force type is your party having 10 or more buffs, which also means that for Strago at least, if you don't have any weapon passives, he starts off with no buffs, and therefore during his turn you want to use one additional ability and one S1 to get his buffs up. But the damage from his attacks doesn't matter, really he's just there so that Astos and Rosa can do their thing. So moving on to Astos. Astos is obviously the main damage dealer here, and I reset until he starts off first. Everyone in the party except for Strago has the U2 crystal passive, so Rosa and Astos starts off with 2 consecutive turns. You only need Astos to start first because Astos also has the seed range call, so he can set up the turn order just by using the seed range, space and LD call, and using both calls also helps charge the summon meter, and I use summon mode to win the Force Gauge race. Finally, moving on to Rosa. For the third party member, in this case Rosa, the main role obviously is the Force Gauge charger, so you need someone with an ability to charge the Force Gauge. Rosa can do that through her S2 Prey. In addition, Rosa also has very generic force time conditionals, which is ideal. This means that after charging the Force Gauge, you can enter Rosa's force time, and that way you can also build on her Force Gauge very easily when Astos gets his turn. To win the Force Gauge race, by the time Rosa gets her turn, I use 2 Praise to start off, and then I pop summon right here. And I'll be using Praise 6 times in summon mode. That's right, I'm using, or I guess wasting summon mode, just spamming Pray all 6 turns. And that's fine because you don't really need it. If you have a very optimized setup where you can quickly build the Force Gauge meter and build a Force Gauge bonus when you're in force time, Astos BT Mode will handle the rest of the fight. Quick mention about Strago here, he is equipping a bronze weapon, but obviously if you have an ultimate weapon for Strago, it's best to give him the ultimate weapon so that he can contribute more damage during knockback when Astos is in his BT mode. I didn't equip an ultimate weapon just to show that you don't really need it, but obviously the more you have, the better it is. Now that I'm at 100% Force Gauge, I use the Lunafreya LD call, and notice Rosa is in the middle and Astos is in party slot 1. Using the call here gives Astos quick prayer and gives Strago heavy prayer. The prayer on Strago doesn't really matter too much, the only difference is that Strago contributes a little bit more damage when he does his full up attack on launch or knockback. The real important one is the quick prayer on Astos, so that Astos can use 1 FR echoes before entering BT mode. Right after entering into force time, I next use Rosa's BT Plus to get the BT aura going, and here I can end her turn by using her FR, but because Astos acts next, and like I said, you don't really need a lot of things for Astos, I am actually going to so-called burn a few force time turns just to build up the Force Gauge meter. So first of all, I use the Lunafreya base call, gets plus 78%, and I use both of Rosa's additional ability to really ramp up the force gauge bonus very quickly. At 6 turns of force remaining, I finally used Rosa's second echoes to end her turn, and Astos starts his turn with 6 turns of force remaining. With Astos, I get to fit in 1 echoes here at least before entering BT mode, and this allows you to start Astos BT with 6 turns of force remaining at above 600% force gauge, and this is really ideal. The thing you have to take note though is that Astos starts his BT mode with only 5 turns of BT aura remaining. So this means that you want to finish using his S1, S2 and leave 1 more turn at the end to do his FR attack, because his FR attack's damage is the least reliant on his BT aura. Having 5 turns of BT aura at the start just means that you have 1 turn at the end that isn't supported by the BT aura, so that's the turn where it's best suited to use Astos' FR. As you are damaging the bosses throughout specific HP thresholds, they will enter into defensive postures, which makes them regen their brave, or I should say battery their brave up till max brave. The bosses will also get a 500,000 brave shield, a 100% boost to the defense stat, and HP damage resistance plus 30%. None of that matters for Astos. Astos' damage focuses only on his dark matter overhead, except I guess for the HP damage resistance. So that one does cut Astos' damage a little bit, but because I do have of course all the offensive auras from Rosa, and I also do have the hero debuff from the Kurasame call, the HP damage resistance plus 30% did not hamper Astos' damage too much at least. So that's it for this run. As always, if the video has been helpful, do leave a like, comment and subscribe. It really helps a lot. Till then, I will see you guys in the next Shinryu fight. Bye!